Hey folks, this is Monk, and we are back with another episode of From the Canopy Film Show. And I'm joined as always with my co-host Evil Corny, aka
Hey,
Cornelius.
hey, what's up?
What's going on, man?
Nothing
And
much.
as always, folks, we are here to review some films. There's been some stuff trickling out. It's been hard for me to, be tempted to go to the theater, but now there's some stuff out that I want to see, including stuff that's coming up this week as well. And so the next one I'm going to talk about is a film called Friendship, and this is an A24 film. It's billed as a comedy, and this film, suburban dad Craig falls hard for his charismatic new neighbor, but his attempts to make an adult male friend soon threatens to ruin both of their lives. And it's directed by Andrew Young, and the film
Excuse
stars
me.
Tim Robinson as our character Craig. We've also got Kate Mara who plays his wife in this, and we've also got Paul Rudd, and those are going to be our main characters. He's got kids and coworkers and friends of the neighbor's friend. But I mean, for me, this film is a mixed bag because I was definitely in on this premise. It's kind of cool. I mean, really, it's about a guy that's looking for connection, man. This guy has lived most of his life and he doesn't seem to have any friends. The only people he really interacts with regularly and daily, outside of work is going to be, his wife and his son. And so pretty much Paul Rudd's character moves into the neighborhood. He's a local weatherman, which is kind of interesting. And he moves in next door. So for some reason, they got this occurrence where the mailman delivers a package from this particular house. Every now and then they, deliver it to, our main character's house, Craig's house. So Craig, usually walks it over, and this time he walks it over, and Austin, played by Paul Rudd, answers the door, and they kind of chatted up a little bit, and it's really weird because it seems like every time Craig meets, particularly men in this film, he tries to make a connection. It's like he's clearly looking for friends in this thing, man. So tries to make a friend with Austin, and things go pretty cool at first until they're kind of having some encounters and getting along pretty well. But then Austin invites Craig over to his house when his bigger friend group is there, and things don't go so well. Craig is kind of kicked out of the group, and for the rest of his film, he's pretty much trying to get back in and become these guys as friends, all the way up until the very end. A lot of crazy stuff happens, and it's kind of a pattern that repeats. I'm telling you, everyone this guy meets, even to the point where he meets a phone salesman who's just a kid, and he's like, yo, let's go
Okay.
get a beer. And the kid's like, hey, bro, I'm 18. So I'm not, I'm just 18. So it's really weird. This guy is really desperate for friendship. And I thought the premise was kind of cool. It almost kind of reminds me of Inner a little bit, where this guy was, they were friends at one time, and the one of them was like, "Yo, what happened? Like
What
what's going
film?
on? I'm trying to."
What film?
The Banshees of Inner.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
but instead of this guy's really trying to make the friendship happen in the first place, man. So it's, I don't know, man. I call it a mixed bag because before I saw this film, I'm reading little quips about it. That's what got it on my radar. I knew it was coming out. I didn't really see the trailer, but everyone's like, "Oh, it's the funniest thing I've seen all year," and blah 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 blah. And honestly, for me, there are a few moments that are really like hilarious. Like the thing that happens at a party is kind of crazy. And then there's a scene where him and Paul Rudd get arrested, and he finds out something about Paul. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. And then that comes back around again. And I thought that was cool when it comes around again. But then there's long stretches of this where I think it's maybe the comedy style, man. Apparently people are telling me this is kind of Tim Robinson's thing, this kind of quirky, awkward, cringy kind of stuff. And for
Have you ever
me,
seen The Detroiters?
nah, didn't see it.
That's a funny show that he's in. Yeah, that's a real funny show he's in.
So for me, as I'm looking at this, man, it's supposed to be this big comedy thing, but it didn't play like that for me. Like I'm looking at this character, there is a lot of cringe and because like this guy's gonna mess it up, whatever situation he gets in. And I just wasn't laughing as much as I had expected to. And I was actually kind of down on it. You know, it's kind of sad, like looking at this guy bumbling around in life. It wasn't something that was that amusing to me, and also I feel like on the back end, you know, there's a lot of time where this guy's just wandering around, bumping into scenarios. It almost feels like a skit that's going on too long, and you know, and they probably should have cut this thing down a little bit, but you know, it's a full length movie. So what are you going to cut? You got to hit your 90 minutes at least.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it kind of just drags on along and along and along. And by the time we get to the end, I didn't like the conclusion either, man. It's like it's like a character arc where the character doesn't really change. And I guess maybe I've seen films where that happens. Most films, a lot of films, that happens. But I think for a film with some type of character study, I'm kind of looking, trying to find something that to grab onto with this thing. And I don't know, man, it just didn't work for me. Maybe I'm an outlier. The majority of the people, including there's like four people on Letterboxd that I follow, they were all loved it. Like 4 or 5 stars, and it just didn't
I
hit for me, man.
it
I would
it
say watch it and make your own mind up, you know, because like I said, man, this premise is really drew me in, you know.
I think it might be a little too depressing for me to watch, but I kind of can't wait to see it. I don't know. I never had a friendship deal happen like that, but I've been around guys that I know that kind of take it up to the next level. You know, they kind of kind of mess up a hangout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
doing a lot,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it kind of gets repetitive. It's like he's going to find some way to mess it up, and it's just like back to back, and like
Yeah,
and there's moments of hope, and you just like he's just going to mess this up,
yeah,
and you're
yeah.
just waiting to see how he messes it up. But it reminded me of what's the thing, man? It just came Magazine
Cable guy.
Dreams. How that character is trying to connect with people, and he's just Magazine
Which film?
Dreams. Magazine Dreams
Oh,
with
okay.
Jonathan
I
Majors.
still hadn't seen that.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. We gotta talk about that when you see that, but yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about because I got a feeling you'll check this out. You might get more out of it. Like I said, the majority, what I'm seeing with the audiences, they liking it, bro. They loving it, and maybe it's just me not getting this guy's humor. I'm not that familiar with them, so maybe that's part of it too, and maybe that's what helped these other people enjoy it more going into it, having experience with this guy. But I just went in blind. I just knew the title. I didn't even watch the trailer. And